Okay, hello, hello, hello. Chad Weber here, and it is indeed Independence Day, 4th of July, and here I am on my holiday working hard to bring you some awesome information. So I have something that I'm really excited to share with you today because I believe this is going to have a lasting impact on your Facebook ads. And you know what? Facebook ads, lead generation, is still the number one topic that I'm asked more questions about than anything else. And I'm going to show you the 10 best converting headline phrases for Facebook ads, but I'm not just going to show you the best. I'm also going to show you the worst. And I've taken some research because yes, I took the time. It took about 2.5 to 3 hours worth of research, and I was able to distill it down to just the golden nuggets. So the best pieces of information, and it's only going to take minutes here. I've taken hours and condensed it into minutes to show you the best and worst converting headline phrases for Facebook ads. Now, when I say the best converting, what I'm talking about here is this research. Check it out. They took tens of millions of ads, not hundreds, not thousands, not hundreds of thousands, but tens of millions of ads. And we're able to distill it down to the top phrases that were most common in the top performers. Now, top performer was an ad that got the most clicks, the most shares, and went the most viral. So what you see here on this slide is I'm going to show you the starting and ending headlines. So these are starters and enders. So just so we're clear, these are not complete phrases, but these are starters. So let's talk about these. Reasons why, things you, this is what, this is the, and this is how. Now, what I want you to do, because what do we do with this here, guys? Well, what I want you to do is I want you to say this in your head, kind of mull it over a couple of times, and start thinking about what you could tack on to these opening headline statements and turn it into something good. Because what you're seeing here, guys, is there's a common thread, and that is that all of these in the top performers sound informational in nature. It sounds like you're about to learn something. You're about to uncover something. They don't sound commercial. They don't sound as much like I'm trying to sell you something, but I'm about to tell you something, some good information here. So reasons why you absolutely must, or reasons why you should never do this with your credit when applying for a home loan. So let's just throw a couple of things out there. 10 things you should never do when shopping for a home. This is what people who got the lowest monthly payment on their home loans did differently than the rest. So just again, what I'm throwing out here, guys, it may be good, it may be bad, because what I do, here's how I engage in the exercise: is I take an Excel spreadsheet or I take a Word document, and I'll say these words in my head a couple of times, and then I'll just start brainstorming and just start typing them down as they start coming to me. And then I can, I look at them and can read them over and over again, that's when I can start to massage them and really make them into something special, as opposed to just throwing stuff off the top of my head and then go, yeah, yeah, that's good enough. Let's go with that. Because here's one of the best practices is that people will spend hours and hundreds or thousands of dollars researching to learn what the best ads are. And then they'll spend like 20, 30 seconds to just throw a headline on there and say, okay, I'm good to go. And that's just so terrible because it's the headline. Outside of the picture, the headline is the number one thing that will dictate whether or not you get a click. The picture's there to get the eyeballs to the ad, and then they have to read that ad. But normally it's the headline. Most people don't even read past the headline. They make the decision to click. Well, it's going to live or die based off of that headline. So it's worth the time. That's like spending 400 grand on a nice Ferrari and then obsessing over, well, I don't think I'm going to go with the premium unleaded. I'm going to put the cheap stuff in my $400,000 Ferrari. And yeah, let's go with the cheap oil too and whatnot. Well, sooner or later that you're really going to start to pay for it. And next thing you know, you got a $100,000 repair bill, right? And it's the same with our ads. Our ads are clunky because we're not spending the time on our headlines. Let's look at some more of them here. So can we guess? This is why. Only blank in blank. Study finds, are you? So this is a question-based. This is informational-based. Study finds that first-time homebuyers blank, blank, blank. Only blank in blank. Only 1 in 10,000 people, or only one in 10,000 home buyers can answer these 5 questions correctly. So this is why you should do this before you buy a home. This is why you should never do that before you buy a home. So again, let's just get creative with it. Put it on a spreadsheet and start throwing out some remainders, some additional words that will go with these headlines and come up with something intriguing. Let's look at ending phrases. The world goes viral, to know, right now, and all time. So these are not beginners like the previous or phrase starters. These are phrase enders. The top 5 from the results. Numbers also perform extremely well. So let's look at the top numbers that showed up in the most viral and the most clicked ads based on tens of millions of ads examined. So the number 10, number 5, 15, 7, and 20. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth here and overanalyze this. Just understand that this is based on huge and expensive amounts of research. Let's take these numbers and sprinkle them into our headlines, especially knowing that between 40 and 50% of ads that make it to that top performance list have numbers in the headlines. It attracts the eyeball. It really does. And it sounds like I'm going to get bullet points. I'm going to read some lists. Lists are good. Lists tend to convert extremely well, right? All right, so let's keep going here. Let's take a look at the worst performing headline phrases. Control of your own business, work for you, the introduction of, and what's new in blank. What do we see as the common thread amongst the worst performing headline phrases? Now this is out of tens of millions. These phrases manage to make it to the very bottom of the barrel. And they all sound like ads. They all sound commercial, don't they? People want to be entertained. People want good information. People want answers to questions. They don't want just blatant ads shoved in their face. And that's the mistake made with these terrible performing headlines. Okay, so I want you guys to bear that in mind when you're doing your own brainstorming and coming up with your own headlines. Let's not rush it. But I also want to give you some other best practices when it comes to creating headlines, and that is the same research also uncovered that between 12 and 18 words is the ideal length for the top performing headlines. In the past, copywriters used to tell us the shorter headline, the better. But these days, between 12 and 18 words, that's kind of a lengthy headline when you think about it. But that's what's working these days is lengthier headlines, longer copy. But really what you want to focus on here, guys, is that your headlines, your ads need to give clarity. They can't be confusing. They must be hyper-focused. They should give clarity and make a promise. They should tap into emotional hooks and provoke curiosity. They need to provide good information or explanations. They need to appeal to a very specific group of people and really keep asking yourself the reason why should my reader care about this. When you're putting your ad together, when you ask yourself that question and force yourself to answer it within the ad, why should they care? Okay, when your ad answers this, provides clarity, makes a promise, taps into emotion, provokes curiosity, and gives explanations, now you got a winner, guys. All right? So once again, I hope that you found this information to be extremely helpful, and I hope you put it to great use. And don't forget to check out my YouTube channel, guys. If you're not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe. If you like this information, no matter where you're viewing this video at, whether it's on Facebook or on YouTube or on one of my websites, go ahead and please leave me a comment below. So I'm coming right out and asking you guys, leave me some comments and feedback below if you want me to continue, because I take your feedback, I take your positive comments as a cue that, hey, you know what? This information is useful. You guys like it, so I'm going to keep giving you more of the same, all right? So leave me some comments, leave me some feedback or a thumbs up or share, and I'll keep it coming. All right, so I hope you guys are having a safe but a very fun and enjoyable Independence Day and focusing on friends and family and what matters, guys. Make it a wonderful rest of your week. I'll see you next time. Bye now.